Okay, so there have been some questions about features that you want to use when you're teaching on Zoom. So I wanted to just throw out three settings that I think you should enable. Um, so I'll show you how to do that. So first of all, I'm just going to launch Google Chrome. You can use whatever browser you want. Now, bear in mind, this is a setting that you have to change on your ID. Okay, so if you don't have already an existing ID, whether it be a free one or a paid one, which gives you the ability to host longer and with more people, I would definitely recommend that you do that. But you must have an account of some kind in order to be able to have these changes and make them stick. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Zoom. You go to zoom.com. That's the easiest way to do it. It'll redirect you to the correct site. Then you're going to come up over here in the right-hand corner. You're going to sign in. I'm signing in with my AKA Steve Taylor account. I'm going to use that capture code for additional security, and then I'm going to sign in. Okay, so now you're in. This is the Zoom portal, and this is my account, right? So I'm logged in as myself. So now I'm going to go here to the left-hand side to Settings. I'm going to make sure that the Meeting tab is selected, and then we're going to cruise down and find those three settings that we're most interested in. So you work your way down a little bit, you work your way down, you work your way down, and you're going to see the first setting is Join Before Host. Okay, so you want to make sure that that is on. And if I reset that to the default, by default, that is turned off, right? So what you're going to want to do is toggle this so that it's blue and beautiful, so that it's turned on. If you want participants to be able to join the meeting before you arrive. If you're running late, or if there's always an early bird that wants to join a few minutes early, then that allows you that capability. Okay? The second one we're going to look at is we're going to scroll down a little bit further, and we are going to find Cohost. Now, we're going to click the reset to see what the default for that is. So by default, that is also turned off, which means by default, if you are hosting a meeting, you will not have the ability to add a co-host. And since most of you are team teaching, you're definitely going to want to add that. So you're going to click on that. You're going to enable co-host, which will allow you as the host to add your teacher as a co-host, so that then your team teacher can mute participants or can share the screen, and et cetera, and et cetera. That's the second setting, co-host. Now let's scroll down a little further. Scrolling down all the way, it's in the advanced settings down here, breakout rooms. Now I have this turned on. Let me just turn that off. Okay, so you can see what it'll look like. So we're going to check that. We're going to turn that on as well. We're going to enable that, and we're also going to check this box here to allow the host to assign participants. So see, by adding both of those settings, what you're doing is enabling the breakout rooms and also giving yourself and your co-host the ability to choose who goes into which breakout room. Otherwise, it will just randomly assign them. Okay, a quick recap. These are the three changes that you might want to make when you're teaching Living in America classes. To make these changes, the first thing you're going to do is log into your Zoom account in a browser. Go to zoom.com, log in. Then you're going to click the settings in the left-hand column. You're going to go to the Meetings tab, which should be selected by default, and you're going to scroll down to Join Before Host, and you're going to enable Join Before Host. You're going to continue down the page and enable Co-host, and then you can continuing down the page even further to breakout rooms. Make sure this is enabled and that you are allowing the host to assign participants. And that's all there is to it. Have a great class.